folks. That was awful. But I am dealing with the delay. We're having technical difficulties. Don't know why, but we're still here for you on a Wednesday. We are showing support for Josh Allen. I don't know what he's doing. But it's McAdoo Capstick podcast again back. We didn't do it yesterday because so watch volleyball and I forgot to change. Tell me that. But how are you doing today, Kevin?
Good. My cousin is a part of the Medina Unified basketball team, and they had a game up in Williamsville. It was only about 45 minutes away, so I figured, why not go see it? A little disappointed in the Medina school district not getting some gen ed students in on that team. Just because Williamsville had, football players, basketball players playing with the special ed students, and that's just a great environment to be in. And it's kind of sad that when we started in high school, there were those athletes involved in with those special ed students. So it's just sad, but it was fun. Cousin scored a couple baskets. I think he had 6 points in the fourth quarter. They only lost by 3. So hey, it is what it is, and it was fun. So yeah, I had to push it back a day. And it was also stupid hot in my apartment yesterday. I got home from work and it was like 87 in here, and I was like, I'm leaving. So I was not gonna stay. So yeah, but besides that, yeah, it was fun and good.
Yeah.
And it's a Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm sure
Tomorrow's
it was.
Thursday.
I'm sure it was fun for you. Yeah. Is there still the delay? Because this is gonna be awful if there.
No, I think it's okay now. I think it's okay.
Okay. All right, good. But now I gotta get to more heartbreaks for me at least. So Sunday. So actually, it started. They didn't start as early as it should have due to rain. They pushed back the Monaco GP a little bit. I was able to watch the last 20 minutes of it. It ended up being won by Sergio Perez and the Red Bull team.
Hello?
I think I didn't see much of it, but
already June.
Kevin, mute your mic.
We're all good. Sorry, I thought I got a call from a school.
Are we? All right. So that led into the Indianapolis 500. Like I said, it's going to be a great pageantry with everything. It was, again, with the period ceremonies. Started out great for Scott Dixon again. He got off to the pole, but it led most of the race. But lap 170 gets the pit road speeding penalty. That does him in for this 6th straight year where he has a top 5 car and is capable of winning. Just throws it down the drain again. I mean, this is just every year is like with him now. Everything is going wrong now. It just sucks.
Yeah, how was the race overall?
I mean, 6 years. 6 years he's had it.
Yeah, there's definitely some delay going on. There is some technical difficulties going on right now currently. But we're gonna roll with it as best we can. So I was definitely I definitely had intentions on watching the race on Sunday and joining your podcast. But then stuff happened, whatever happened with that. I wasn't able to line up. So I was going to watch it, but then you're like, we're not doing this. I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to. And I watched the whole series of Stranger Things. But overall, was it a successful weekend for NASCAR?
Well, that was IndyCar, not NASCAR.
Okay, yeah, but then we continue on and later throughout the day, and there's NASCAR later throughout the weekend.
NASCAR didn't end until, so they started at 6, more like 6:20 before the green flag. They didn't end until about 11:50. It was a 5.5 hour race. I mean, it was long, but it was enjoyable the whole time for 600 miles, which when you have almost 20 cautions, you kind of expect it to be a long race. So, I mean...
Is that a lot for the Indy 500?
I mean, I don't remember the last time there was I think the total was 18. I don't remember the last time there was that many cautions in a single race.
Wow. Okay.
And with the change of the cars, they're built so that they stay together and whatnot. So that is why there was more problems and whatnot. Ended up being won by Denny Hamlin, and there's a lot of boos to be had after you cross the start finish line. It is what it is, but again, it was still a great race day overall. Oh, I forgot to mention Marcus Ericsson is your Indy 500 champion for 2022.
Race. So what's next on the?
All right.
What's next on the racing calendar?
We have Detroit for IndyCar, and we have Worldwide Technology Speedway for NASCAR. Both taking place this weekend.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't remember. I don't know if IndyCar next year, I believe, is Canada. I don't know when that is. They go to Montreal. Okay, we're gonna move ahead. This is definitely going on with the delay. So Hell and Cell
All right.
is this weekend, and one of us is gonna make it now. The other one is gonna make it for us. Read his article if you want. Here we go. Cody.
Just to make it easier, I'll read through the matches so we don't have to wait for that huge audio delay. Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins. It's the third match that they're having between each other. I'm gonna have Cody Rhodes take the third win here. I would find it odd for them to have Cody Rhodes win 2 and then lose the third one. That's in my opinion, not one to be in creative or anything. The women's championship match: Bianca versus Asuka versus Becky. I didn't realize that they made this into a triple threat match. I know there's talks on it, but again, Raw is so unwatchable that it's hard to sit through. It is McDonald's Wi-Fi. Thank you. It is. You're absolutely right.
I hate
this.
This is bullying.
So I'm gonna have Bianca win this one. Have a retain her title. They need to do a better job at making the women's division more diverse and having some better competitors going out there. Kevin Owens versus Ezekiel. I didn't know it was Kevin Owens. I thought it was gonna be Ken Owens in this match. But gonna have Ezekiel win, and I'm hoping that Elias comes in and kind of shakes things up a little bit. I think that'd be very interesting if Elias, came in and interfered. I think that would be great. Bobby versus Omos and MVP. I think this outcome of this match is gonna be. I don't know. It's gonna be kind of it's not gonna be the most fair match. It's gonna be a way for WWE can continue to push Omos, but then also not do anything that would hurt Bobby Lashley. So I'm gonna have Omos and MVP winning this match. I always loved MVP in the ring. So I'm happy that he's gonna be back in there. Then we have Liv Morgan, Finn Balor, AJ Styles, and the Judgment Day. I'm thinking that Judgment Day is going to take this victory. As much as I love seeing Liv Morgan on the screen, that's all I was getting at.
Isn't Grace near you after she comes?
She is still in work for 4 more minutes. I think I wouldn't be surprised if they add another person to the faction for Edge. I think they could have one more person come in, and I think that could be what, again, ends the match in some kind of distraction, DQ, thing like that. I mean, it's kind of getting old, but at the same time, I like the idea of having Edge have a faction. I just hope that it's run the best way possible. You have Theory and Ali, Mustafa Ali, and I don't think they're taking that title off of Theory. I also heard that there's a good rumor that there's going to be John Cena versus Austin Theory at SummerSlam. I like the idea of that, except for I really hope that they put Austin Theory over. And then they have the tag team titles. Uso versus Riddle and Shinsuke. With RK Bro in jeopardy for the next future. Edge's faction is a legit tag team. Yeah, I agree. Adding some kind of male mid card talent to go with Damian Priest, I think would be great. I don't know off the top of my head who that could be. But there's a whole bunch of people on the roster that aren't doing anything that could benefit from having
Or
this
add
happen
another
to
woman
them.
and have them take the women's tag team titles.
Yeah, I could see that happening. My biggest thing that in WWE in general, my vision and my big desire, what I want them to do is before this whole thing with Sasha Banks and Naomi happened, I really wanted Naomi to turn heel and join the Usos and have her bring the women's title to the Bloodline. To me, I thought that was writing gold, and I still wish they could figure out how to do it. I know you're talking about Edge's faction, but when you said that, that was like my first thing, man. If they could bring Naomi, there's a perfect segue into the storyline. Then you can have her come over. Now that her and Sasha Banks, I mean, I think it's even better now with what's going on with WWE. I think they could turn it into a way of her turning heel and have her possibly win the Raw or SmackDown titles. Rumor has it that women's tag team titles are getting scrapped. I haven't heard those rumors, but yet again, I'm somewhat of a fake fan at this point. I do like watching SmackDown, especially the SmackDown before pay-per-views.
The go-home shows.
The go-home shows, yeah. I like watching those, so this Friday I'm going to be watching it. But Monday night is just so hard to get through. So and a lot of the stuff that goes on happens on Monday.
And you're a teacher, so you have to go to bed early.
You're right. I do go to bed early. I do go to bed at like 9:30. So at that point, Raw's not even halfway over.
It would be halfway over if you do your math. Come on.
It's another 3 hours. Okay, it's okay. It's exactly halfway over. All right, it's exactly halfway over.
There you go.
Oh, whatever. But
I shouldn't be talking about my McDonald's Wi-Fi is gonna catch up with me.
Yeah, I mean you're doing pretty good right now. So get in what you have right now. Any opinions, thoughts about what I just said for the past 5 minutes?
I mean, if you want my opinions and thoughts, it'll be on FlurrySports.org later this week. So I'm not good. I don't want to be that guy, but I need to promote. Because it's actually so all my views restart today. So give me this because I need them.
I will definitely take a look at yours because I'm definitely interested in what you think. And so taking just a quick side note, I don't know if Who the Wolf if he watches any AEW, but we saw that CM Punk won the AEW championship. And the biggest thing that I've been seeing online about that is fans in general, they cheered him for the past 11 years when he was gone. They cheered for him when he came back. He cheered for them during the matches, and now that he won the title, they turned their back on him. And fans are upset that he won the title with only being back not even a year in the company. And I mean,
I'm glad you said that because I didn't know that. I forgot about that. So I'll let you finish, but there you go.
Oh no, I don't know what happened. They pushed him real hard, but I mean, this is what the fans get. I mean, you cheered for him so much, and then now he has your title. As a CM Punk fan, and I liked him, and I'm gonna be honest, I liked him before he left. I'm happy he came back. I'm sad that it's not with WWE. However, I like the idea of him having a title. I just think it's early, and I think they could be doing a lot. I think the way that WWE is going to be handling Cody Rhodes is the way that that AEW should have handled CM Punk. Okay, I'll let you take it on.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure the same people who complained about Ronda Rousey being in WWE less than a year and getting the title are the same people that are cheering loud as hell for CM Punk winning the title. And there you go. Down right down there. CM Punk. He's past his prime. He's past his prime. He should not be holding the title. This is just a way to get 80 ratings on as they're less than 1 million.
And I like the idea. Again, I like CM Punk. I'm a fan of CM Punk. I like the idea of CM Punk being a champion, and especially if he's going to be on the show nightly, weekly. That's important to me as a viewer. As having a champion be there every single week. He will be that champion. He won't wrestle every night, but that's where WWE is losing me right now. You have the champion in Ronda Rousey, who is part-timer. You have Roman Reigns, who holds both titles. He's a part-timer. So this is the issue that WWE is getting into right now for me is you have a champion. That champion should be showcased and broadcast and be the main focal point of your company and be on weekly television. And that's, I know for sure, something that AEW will do because of their rating. He's not doing anything. He's sitting on the back watching a TV at an awkward angle. Every single week. When's the last time he wrestled?
I don't know. I don't watch SmackDown every week. I'm too busy trying
Exactly.
to
He doesn't wrestle. He doesn't wrestle. He watches the TV like this.
Yeah, WWE needs to fix
at a
that.
horrible angle. Yes.
People
yes.
don't watch TV like that. People do not
they
watch
don't.
TV like that.
They don't. And that's where WWE is losing me right now. Your champion needs to be on the brand defending the champion at every pay-per-view. It's the second pay-per-view in a row where their main two titles are not going to be broadcast and going to be in a match.
Yeah. The fact that there's no one going for the titles now is kind of.
And so again, who the Wolf just pointed up that CM Punk is wrestling tonight. And again, they're showing this is who is leading my company right now. This is who it is. Whether or not people like it or not, it's something that WWE is just not doing with their champions. I mean, the fact that the Uso he's still in a match though. 6-man tag is still in a match. The fact that the Usos are great, not to mention the fact that the Usos have ended SmackDown for the past 3 weeks is great and all. The storyline is good. It was doing good, but I mean, we want to see the champion. We want to see the main guy. I love to hate Roman Reigns. His character right now, I love to hate it. But I'm getting to a fact to where I hate the fact that he's not on TV and not a storyline base. This is just me being mad at WWE not doing what's best for the fans. And that's my opinion.
Yeah, I hate the needle mover.
Hey, you call it as it is, and I'm gonna back up the fact that you have these talented wrestlers who week in and week out don't get used, and I mean, why can't they just do something like Ronda Rousey did a couple weeks ago? She just did some random call out. And then what's her name? Giant woman. I can't even think of her name.
Raquel Rodriguez.
Yes.
Ronda was in a match with her last week. Why do you complain? She's been in.
Okay. Yeah. Ronda, she's doing much better now than she was the last time. Last stint she was in WWE.
She was in both. She was like on the show every week.
So if they could do something like that with Roman Reigns, it would just be so much better. It just pisses me off about how the state of WWE right now.
Did you finish your Hell in a Cell predictions?
Yeah, I'm done. Usos win. I didn't even know that was a match. Usos win.
Okay. Now we're gonna move on because
Oh, I ranted for a little bit.
yeah.
But Who's the Wolf
Okay.
enjoyed it though. He enjoyed
Madden
it.
cover. I think it's a great Madden cover this year. I would pull it up, but who knows with my internet, the McDonald's Wi-Fi going off.
Oh, I can pull it up. I can do it.
But it's gonna be Okay, wait here. Then we're doing that move on. But John Madden is on the cover for Madden this year, as I cannot show this now. Yeah, they definitely screwed up with Rollins because, like you said, they have the two titles, but if they're not getting shown on a exclusive live premium live event, whatever the hell they're called nowadays, then there's something screwy with that.
Absolutely. And so I have it up right now. Is it showing up? There you go, right here. We have John Madden. I think it's a great cover. Being a Bills fan, I'm disappointed it's not Josh Allen. But I think it's a great cover. I think it's the first time. Yeah, you had to expect it. I think it's the first time since 2000, I think they said, that he's on the cover.
Yeah.
Which is good to see. And so currently this is for the All Madden edition, which is going to be like the gold tier. They don't know for sure if all the other versions are going to have the same cover. That's not out yet. This is the only cover that's out. I heard, I think I was listening to the Pat McAfee show, and they said that this is the only confirmed cover currently. And so we'll see. I'm sure it's probably going to be the same for all of them. But again, it's EA, and you know how much I love to shit on EA, so they could mess this up too. So That's that.
I think you'll see John Madden in all covers. That was the Champions Edition. The Legends Edition is gonna probably have him, and even the regular one. They'll probably do like an homage. But I don't think it's gonna be anyone really. You're not gonna see Josh Allen, unfortunately. We'll have to wait another year.
Well, I don't even want Josh Allen to be up there because there's the Madden curse, so I don't really want that. But I think it's just the respect thing. I think if it wasn't John Madden, I think it would have been Josh Allen. But it's just that respect thing that, for me, with being a Buffalo sports fan, it's just you just don't get that, and so having it be Josh Allen would have just been huge. So yeah. So the Yankees update. That's all on you.
Yeah, I was just gonna skip this one because to get through the broadcast. But I mean, I'll leave you up. We don't have any more difficulties. But yeah, the Yankees, they won handily last night, 9-1, I believe, against the Angels. They're back at it again today. As they'll be on FS1. So, I mean, Trout, the Angels, the Yankees. I think that's why that you're going to see a lot of games, especially late, like Saturday, the Angels, where it's Trout going against Bryce Harper, and now my phone doesn't want to work, so I can't look at the past week. But coming into this month, and now nothing wants to work. That's great. Coming into this week, the Yankees are 5.5 games up on the second place Blue Jays. So the Dog Days of summer coming, and hopefully they extend that lead further. Now, Kevin, I think it's time for some sad news that you have for us.
Oh, the Amherst season ending. Yeah. it was a historic year for the Amherst. They won 2 series, which for the Amherst, I think, one of the better seasons I think they've ever had. And I mean, it was just good. Jack Quinn in the series, I think he had like 1 point in the playoffs, which was sad. He didn't really show out like fans are hoping. We had JJ Paterka, who did really well. Casey Fitzgerald was playing; he did good. I was sad to see that Matthias Samuelson did not get on the ice. He was dealing with some injuries, but ultimately, that's hey, get healthy for next year. He's going to be a 20 plus per minute defender next year, so he needs to be healthy. And UPL didn't get any postseason action, which is sad, but he was dealing with injury as well. Again, let him rest up because he's going to be up in Buffalo next year, possibly having a chance to fight for that number 1 spot. I don't think he will, but I think he'll be up on the roster for sure as a backup, getting that much needed experience. Let's see, am I missing anything else? For those players down in Rochester, that's going to be coming up next year. Jack
Sabres.
Quinn for the Sabres. Yep, Jack Quinn is probably going to come up. JJ Paterka is going to come up. Oh man, let's pull up the roster, man. You're going to have Quinn. I said Quinn already. Who came in the trade with Alex Tuck? Oh man, I'm drawing a huge blank. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. Casey Fitzgerald's going to be back up in Buffalo next year. The Sabres just signed one of their Russian players, Rosick, to an entry-level contract, so he's probably going to be down in Rochester next year. Oh man, so I have up the roster right now. Let's see. Mark Jankowski played himself really good year. Peyton Krebs, Jack Quinn, Arttu Ruotsalainen. He's probably going to be up next year. JJ Paterka. Brett Murray will probably find himself up. And then on the defensive side, I think it's just going to be... You have Matthias Samuelson, who's going to be up, and Casey Fitzgerald. And the roster is going to be looking very young. And I heard the Sabres have to spend somewhat like $20 million to be above the cap floor for next year. It's a lot of money, especially for hockey. So we'll see where that ultimately ends up for them. And I'm also going to add in real fast the International Hockey League that just finished. I believe Finland came in first. Canada came in second. Dylan Cousins had, I think, 2 goals in the second to last round with like 3 minutes left to win for Team Canada over, I believe, Sweden, who the Sweden team had both Dylan Cousin and now I'm not going to be able to pull up this man's name because he went off. Sweden's IAHF team.
International Ice Hockey Federation.
Yes. So, Sweden was going on a tear with a Sabres player with help. Let's see. Rasmus Dahlin. He had several points. And so, Rasmus Asplund. That man had, I think he had 8 goals in 6 games or something, and he had like 11 points. Absolutely crazy numbers. Rasmus Dahlin was putting up points too. So it's good to see that Rasmus Asplund was doing so well because he's one of those players, in my eyes, that are going to be a roster bubble player who's going to be getting scratched a lot next year. So this gives me confidence in him being, what is he, 24? Yeah, and then Rasmus Dahlin, he's still 22 years old. Holy cow! So
He's
it's
been in
great
the
to
league
see
for like
those young
3 or 4
players.
years now, hasn't he?
He's been in the league for 4. This is his 4th year, so his entry level contract's up next year. So they're gonna have to re-sign
Yeah,
him. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens this offseason because they need cap. They need to spend money. So what's the better way to do it than lock up a top defenseman and give him what he deserves for the next 10
yeah.
years.
I remember being at in KeyBank. It's not. Yeah, it's KeyBank Center still, right?
Yep. So
I remember being in KeyBank when they did the draft lottery in Buffalo, ended up getting number 1. I have the exact date here.
I don't know who you are.
Fanatical in American football, like in European football, a lot. I think American football to the US is comparable to European soccer or football when it comes to fans like that. Like I have the jersey he's on now. He's got jerseys too. So I mean,
Yeah,
it's definitely there for both.
it's definitely the sport of America as much as other
So,
fans don't like to admit it. It's definitely the biggest sport in the U.S. Which is I saw the stat that the least televised rating game, which was like the Cowboys versus might have been Cowboys versus Eagles, had a better rating than the most highest rating NBA game of last year. So that could just it was maybe Lakers versus Golden State. So you could just see that football's
no, it's
lowest
Lakers
rating,
Nets.
Lakers
Lakers
net.
Nets
So
is
you
the
saw,
highest I could
yeah.
this day. Yeah, because I saw the same graphic.
So it's crazy just to think that the NFL's lowest rating is still higher than the NBA's highest rating. That is crazy stat. So just prove it right there that the American football is by far the most watched televised sport that there is in the U.S.
And now you're gonna see the NFL go against the NBA this year with the NBA. NBA is probably gonna have their typical 5. I don't know, their schedule's not out yet because they're still going, but the NFL has already released their schedule, which we gotta do something about that like next week or something, like to go through a pick 'em and whatnot. But
we already did Buffalo, but we have to go through and do
every team.
Every team, at least by maybe we could do division. Maybe
Yeah,
go by division. Pick a division by week.
Because that would get pretty big. It'd get pretty long pretty quick.
Yeah, and we can spread it out for like 8 weeks. It'd be perfect.
All
We
right.
have a segment for the next 8 weeks.
All right. Now we've reached the NHL playoffs. So, unfortunately, my pick bowed out between the last show and this show. The St. Louis Blues, unfortunately, could not hold on. Lost in the final seconds against the Colorado Avalanche. The Avs are still going. They won their first game against the Edmonton Oilers last night, 8-6.
8-6. Oh man!
It just
At goaltending is huge.
Yeah, it's gonna be the offensive series versus the defensive series in the Rangers versus the Tampa Bay Lightning, because Vasilevsky and Igor. Oh my God, I feel like that's gonna be the matchup to watch.
So I have the records up right now. So Vasilevsky has 39, 18, and 5. Igor is 36, 13, and 4. So their goals against Vasilevsky is
Vasilevsky.
2.49, and the Rangers goalie is 2.07. Save percentage for the Lightning is 916, The Rangers is 935. So you're definitely going to have some physical. It's gonna be a defensive game for sure. I have this all up. Let's see. Look at some. Are they gonna tell me hits? It's not gonna tell me hits. So shots allowed is about 30 per team. Rangers are the second lowest goals per average allowed, and Rangers score a whole lot less than the Lightning do. So that's something you're gonna see. Rangers statistically have a better goalie, but that being said, Lightning has
The last two cups,
most successful in the playoffs. And I'm telling you, experience, especially in the goaltending range, I think is very, very important. So as much as I hate to say it, I think Lightning's going again. As much as I hate to say it, because I don't like the Lightning.
I don't.
It's
hate
not
the
that I don't
Lightning.
like them. I just don't want to see them win 3 times. That's my thing.
I mean, it doesn't hurt my feelings. I like Stamkos. I like Kucherov. And Vasilevsky he's earned it. I mean, he took a lot of flack in 2019 for what happened, and to see this rebound is like, okay, you want to talk down on my name? I'll go out and win 3 cups in a row. I mean, that's just so special. How can you not like a guy like Patty Maroon? Like, come on.
Yeah, and that's my thing. I said I don't like the Lightning. That's not true. I just don't like the fact they're going to be winning again. That's I don't want to see a three-peat. I don't think any true hockey fans want to see a three-peat unless you're a Lightning's fan, and that I can understand.
The only team I want to see is the Avalanche.
Out of the teams that's left, absolutely.
Yeah,
I don't want Connor McDavid holding any cup up because I don't like Connor. He should be in Buffalo. I would like to see the Rangers and Avalanche finals. That would be great. I think we'll most likely see Avalanche and Lightning face off. But that's playoff hockey, and playoff hockey is unpredictable and super fun to watch.
I don't want to see Stan Kroenke raise another title. He got 1 Super Bowl out of the Rams. That's good. I don't care. Stan Kroenke's an asshole.
And that doesn't bother me. I just don't want to see a three-peat. That's my thing. The three-peat sucks. I don't want to see it. It's to the point to where it's like the Patriots, in my opinion. Like, Patriots don't do anything but win for the past 20 years, and I don't want that same thing to happen in NHL. So, I guess I'm happier that it's them and not like Boston or like Pittsburgh or Toronto. So I'm happy that it's down in Florida and Tampa. But like, I still don't like it either way.
Yeah, understandable. All right. So we're gonna leave with an hour before your match, so you can go get ready for that, Kevin. But yes. I know we're both rooting for Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes here.
As much as I hate Patrick Mahomes, yes.
Yeah, because we're gonna root for our guy.
Yeah, I want the young guy. I want the young guys to win.
Yeah, not the old. Kevin.
It's too late. If there's anyone that I'm gonna say fuck to, it's gonna be Tom Brady.
Oh my God.
He kisses his child on his lips. His boy. He kisses his boy on the lips. He kisses him on the lips. Did you know that?
Okay, yes, I did know that. Okay.
Well, did this guy who wants to know about American football, does he know that he kisses that the face of the NFL for the past 20 years kisses his child boy? I don't even think he's 10 on the lips. Kissy, kissy, kissy on the lips. Do you know that? Does Ronaldo do that? Does Messi do that to his child? Kiss him on the lips?
All right, I'm going to call it. Thank you, folks, for tuning in. That's going to do it for the MCP podcast here. Tune in next week, maybe.